Hey, what's up my friend? Keala Kanae here, and in this quick video, I'm gonna share with you the top tools that you can use right now to manage your remote team effectively and make sure that they're driving in those sales and profits and growing your business even while you can't keep your eyes on them. So hang with me, my friend. Let's dive in. All right, so in this video, I'm gonna share with you the top 6 tools that we use to manage my team remotely. And in case you haven't seen any of the videos from me before, I just wanna be clear that I've actually managed a remote team now for a couple of years. That team's been as much as 60 people wide, supremely profitable, definitely super effective, and it's been a crash course over that 2 years to figure out how to do this without having an office and managing heads and hours and all that sorts of stuff. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you the top 6 tools that we use to make sure that we're driving sales, driving profits, driving revenue, maximizing efficiency, and that everybody is doing their jobs effectively to help the business grow. And I'm gonna share with you this, the last tool that I share with you is gonna be the most important tool, because if you implement that one tool, your team will start to self-manage. So hang with me all the way up until the end of this video. And by the way, drop a comment. Make sure you subscribe, make sure that you turn on notifications, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel so you see some of the other content that I'm dropping in the future. And with that said, we'll go ahead and dive in. So the first couple of tools that I'm going to cover are going to be around communication and making sure that the team is able to communicate effectively, right? So the first one is going to be probably one that most of us have heard of. It's Zoom. Right? So this Zoom is what we use to manage meetings, phone calls, webinars, that sort of thing. So whenever we have a meeting where we want everybody to be we want everybody to be present and a virtual meeting really, and cameras available and we can see and talk to each other, we're using Zoom in order to facilitate that. We've tried Skype in the past. We've tried a few other tools. Zoom has been easily the most effective. It records the videos, keeps it in a file somewhere. It's been just a blessing for our entire team, right? And you can have one Zoom account for the entire team and everybody has their own individual logins. The second one that we use is for just general day-to-day, moment-by-moment communication, and that tool is Slack, right? So Slack is basically a messaging app. So we're messaging each other back and forth via a Slack app. It's made communications very simple. You can send files through there. You can upload videos. You can even do calls using your Wi-Fi through the Slack app. That's not necessarily the most effective way that we use it at all, but it is one way that works. But Slack is for just one-off messages. It's a lot better than at one point the team was growing very fast and we were using Skype and then we were texting each other and then we were sending emails. And when the team is growing and communication there's all sorts of topics coming up, it's impossible to keep track of, was that in my email? Was that on a text message? Where did I see that? Slack makes that all a lot simpler and condenses it all down into one place. Now, the next thing is closely related to communication, but it's really above and beyond that. It's more of a project management tool, and that is Asana. Now, there's many project management tools out there. Basecamp, Monday, Asana is the one that we use. I don't know for sure what's the best one for you, but I do think that it's critical that we use a project management platform. Now, some of the mistakes that we've made in the past with this, at one point, we were trying to use a tool called Podio, which was just way too robust. And you can do a lot of customizations in there and if-thens and like if this, then that, and all these sorts of things. But it was so robust to get up that we never actually transitioned to the tool. And so we ended up paying for it for like 6 months and never using it. Asana, we knew from that we want something that was more out of the box. We could customize some of the workflows, but that out of the box, it would do the main things that we needed, and Asana was a great fit for us there. If you're running a marketing agency, I do hear that Monday is a bit better for marketing agencies. And I've heard some great things about Basecamp as well. I've worked with other teams in Basecamp because that's what they were using, but we've never personally used Basecamp. So Asana makes sure that all of the projects that we're working on, each individual team has their own channel, and in there I can see what all the projects are that they're working on. Are those projects on time? This has been supremely effective for us. And here's a rule that'll be very helpful for you. If my team is communicating about a project that is ongoing, they are not allowed to do it in Slack. It has to happen in Asana. And we actually will, it's not like we're gonna, throw you in jail or anything, but we will reprimand a team member when they communicate on Slack over something that's already in Asana. We'll say, hey, you need to talk, you need to take this message and drop it in Asana, and then I'll be happy to respond. So we make sure that we correct that behavior, and it took a while of doing that before people started to communicate effectively in Asana. So all communication around an existing project happens inside Asana. If it's outside of an ongoing project and it just happens to be some random message that has to go back and forth, hey, did you call so-and-so? Did so-and-so call you? Keala, did you look at the last week's accounting? Whatever it might be, then we do that on Slack, okay? Now, the next one that's been really effective for us, and this is more about having a repository for all of the company's files and data and all that sorts of stuff, okay? Google Drive. Now again, hang with me because tool number 6 is gonna be the most important tool in here by far. But Google Drive, this has been allowing us to basically be able to store all of our different files for, Jesus, you name it, right? Like things that I've, for marketing, I have all of the emails that we write inside of any of the sales funnels for emails that go out through promotions. Everything goes into Google Drive first before it goes out as an email to our list. As one example, we store video files there, store important company legal documents there. Basically, this is like probably one of the skeletons that the team uses to pass files and data back and forth to each other. And typically a lot of our Asana projects will have a Google Drive file that is associated with it. And then through Google Drive, we do shared drives. So I have a marketing drive, a sales drive, an operations drive, accounting and legal drive. And so those are all broken down into their own separate drives, right? And then I have my personal drive as well. So great place to keep important information that's a lot cheaper than things like Dropbox and things like that. If it's sensitive material, we will put it someplace like Dropbox. But otherwise, Google Drive has served us just fine for the vast, vast majority of the documents that we pass back and forth to each other. So another one that's been really important for us in managing our time and effectiveness has been Calendly. And that's just for, I mean that by making it easy for us to manage our calendars and appointments for those calendars. So I use Calendly. I send out a link. If somebody wants to have a meeting with me, first I make sure that meeting is actually going to be worth my time, for one, so I defend my time. But if I do agree that, hey, I want to have a meeting with this person about something, then I'll send them my Calendly link. If it's inside my company, there are more hours available to book with me if you're inside of my company, so meaning you're one of the team members on staff. If it's outside of the company, I only have a couple hours, I think about 4 hours throughout the entire week that are scheduled for me to take outside meetings. People always want my time and energy and attention, but frankly, for the most part, most of them aren't, and this is gonna sound mean, but I don't mean to be mean, they're not worth it. It's not worth my time and energy. So I only allot, and this I learned the hard way from scheduling way too many things into my calendar, being always busy, but never getting any work done. So I have, if I'm sending it to somebody on the outside, there's an external link. They can see some slots in my calendar. There's been times where my calendar's full and they have to wait 2 or 3 weeks to get on a meeting with me. And if they're inside my company and it's somebody that needs to meet with me, I'll send them a Calendly link and they can book. And Calendly will then zap to Zoom through Zapier. It'll connect to Zoom. It'll create a Zoom meeting. It'll create a meeting in Google Calendar. Like through Zapier, somebody books in Calendly, it creates a Zoom meeting. It has the Zoom meeting link, creates a calendar invite for me and them, puts it in my Google Calendar, and the Zoom meeting link is all there. So takes care of everything in one swipe. It's saved us a ton of time of having to like calendar meetings with people and go back and forth. What time works for you? What time doesn't? Bang, send them a link. They'll figure out by seeing my calendar what time works for them and what doesn't, right? And then the Zoom meeting is all set up and Google Calendar invites all go out all automatically. So tool number 6 is a big tool that's been super important, and I'm going to drop it for you now. And this is the one that is probably the most important of all of this, and that is dashboards/KPIs, right? So basically every department of my team knows what numbers that they have to hit. Marketing has to hit so many leads per day and so many sales per day. The sales team, so many customers per day that were acquired through marketing. The sales team has to have so many appointments per day and maintain an average appointment value. Operations has to maintain an average ticket response time and make sure that they're keeping on top of our net promoter score to ensure that we're satisfying our customers. So all the departments have major KPIs. Now, what's important though is that those numbers are being reported out. I don't have to go, slack in my director of marketing. Hey, how many leads did we generate today? Did we hit our goal or not? All that data needs to be reported out, and there's several tools that we've used to do this with varying degrees of effectiveness, right? One is Clipfolio, which allows you to connect one document to lots of different pieces like Facebook, Infusionsoft, Close.com. So it allows you to connect lots of pieces of software and have one dashboard where everything's being reported. We eventually got rid of that, but it did serve us well for a time being. Then there's just general spreadsheets. Google Spreadsheets, right? We're just zapping as a sale comes in through Infusionsoft, or an appointment is booked with my sales team through Calendly and it goes into close. We zap that into spreadsheets, and in one set of spreadsheets we can see leads, sales, appointments, the sales from those appointments, total revenue for the day, that sort of thing. And then another one that we use currently that's been effective for us so far is a tool called Graphly, which is, because our logic engine around the business, our main CRM is Infusionsoft, Graphly pulls all the data out of Infusionsoft and puts it into nice graphs and charts for us. So it doesn't really matter necessarily which one is the right one for you. I'm just giving you some different ideas. But my point is, what's really critical is that every department knows what numbers they're accountable to. Every team member within those departments knows what numbers that they're being measured by. And they also know that those numbers are being reported out. So they know that I'm going to go looking every day at those numbers to see how the team is performing. And because of that, the team knows exactly how they're being measured. And oftentimes what will happen is, maybe yesterday marketing didn't do so well. We didn't generate as many leads or customers as we're supposed to. They know that that's going to be reported out, and then I might go looking at it in the morning. They'll reach out in advance and say, hey, just want to let you know, yesterday wasn't a very good day in marketing. Maybe we had a server that went down, one of our ad accounts went down, whatever it might be. Sales, same thing. They'll see, oh man, sales numbers weren't good today. Hey, Keala, just want to let you know, this is the reason. We didn't, a lot of our people were no-shows yesterday, but yesterday was a holiday, blah, blah, blah. So they'll give me those explanations in advance, which spares me the time of having to go poke around and look and see how things are working. And instead, the team is reporting that data out. This right here makes all of this a self-managing machine. By having the dashboards available where everybody can see it, where everybody knows that the rest of the team can see how they're performing, then there is accountability that's built in, and people start naturally starting to manage themselves better. Whether that means that they put in 8 hours a day, or 10 hours a day, or 12 or 4, just depends on whether or not they're hitting their numbers. But by having a dashboard that's displaying it, the accountability starts to build itself right in. So hopefully you got some value out of this. I hope that you learned something with this, and I hope that you'll begin to implement some of this stuff. Again, some of these tools might be the exact fit for you, and some of them might be a different version of the same tool, right? So I'll let you go ahead and dig into all of that. Make sure that you drop a comment. Let me know, what else can I help you with? What other questions do you have? What else are you struggling with your business and your team in marketing or sales or operations or whatever? Drop a comment, let me know. turn on notifications, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, and there is a free Facebook group that we launched fairly recently. You'll find a link to that Facebook group in the description, and you'll be able to pop on over, join the free Facebook group. You will have to answer a few questions in order to be accepted into the group, but inside there I'm dropping lessons more often, answering questions in real time from people, and helping you grow your marketing, grow your sales, and ultimately grow your business. And again, it's a free tool for you to use, free community for you to have access to. So you'll find that inside the description here on YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube, of course. So click on that description, go over, join the Facebook group, and I will see you there. Take care, my friend. Bye-bye.